Hey man, what is going on? Goose here, man, and going back at you the video, man. As we gotta look at these stats. Is there a little concern for the LSU defense? As we're just gonna look at the we're gonna just look at the SEC games. I don't care about Hammond High and Louisiana Tech. I don't care what we did defensively in those two football games. I care about what we do in conference play. All right, first we played Florida, and the defense played outstanding against Florida. Of course, we had the 5 interceptions. DJ Lagway couldn't throw the football to save his life in that game. He threw 5 interceptions, but they only ran the ball for 79 yards. So LSU played really good defensively in against Florida. Now Florida just fired their coach. So, but still, I mean, you got to give them credit. This was an SEC game, and this is what they did. Now, of course, LSU. I mean, if you go back and remember, this offense was pretty horrific in this game. It's only scored 13 points offensively. 7 was on a pick six, but just about the defense. The defense played really well against Florida. I mean, well, better than that because they had those 5 interceptions. Then they went on the road to play Ole Miss, and Ole Miss did some things that LSU wasn't really prepared for. Chambliss, Division II quarterback. Ole Miss ain't played nobody. Their defense stinks. Well, LSU only ran the ball for 57 yards in that game, and against a run defense that was going in the game was horrible for Ole Miss. But Ole Miss ran the ball for 166 yards, and he threw the ball for 314. But they ran a god awful number of plays. They had 45 running plays, 39 passing plays. So I mean, they had the ball. They possessed the ball, and they just ran so many plays. LSU's defense got tired because their offense couldn't do shit, and you kind of really can't blame the defense against Ole Miss because just the number of plays that they were on the field for. But the stats are the stats. Ole Miss ran the ball for 166 yards against LSU, but the defense was just on the field way too long again that game, and mainly because the offense was just so inept. All right, then we go South Carolina. As Carolina ran the ball for 193 yards, 4.3 yards per rush. Now, they did have a long of 72, but the stats are what they are. As Carolina ran the ball for almost 200 yards on the ground. Now look at the passing. They only threw the ball for 124 yards. So once again, LSU's pass defense came out smelling like a rose. As they did have an interception, Sellers didn't throw a touchdown. So look, LSU's pass defense is really good, but their run defense is just. If you look at the stats tell a different story. Now, this was the best running performance by LSU all year long. 30 carries for 166. Of course, we didn't see that this past Saturday against Vanderbilt. As Vanderbilt, of course, everybody saw what happened. Vanderbilt ran the ball for 239 yards on 45 carries. 5.3 yards per rush. I mean, at one point I think they were like 5.9, 6.0 in the game. I mean, that's just. If you run the ball for 6 yards a carry, man, why you didn't throw it? Probably didn't have to throw it much. Only threw the ball for 22 times, threw for 160 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Look over for LSU. We ran the ball for 100 yards even, a long of 51. I'm still gonna say your stats are what they are, but. LSU couldn't run the ball. 100 yards rushing in the SEC, man. You got to get a lot more than that, man. Especially when the other team is running for 239 yards. And again, man, look, the run defense has been a problem the last 2 games. Now look, we're going to play a team against Texas A&M, and what do they have? They have a mobile quarterback in Marcel Reed. And people, you remember what happened last year with Marcel Reed? Man, we couldn't stop him. We couldn't stop him. Anyway, so on the year for Texas A&M is they're averaging 5.0 yards per rush on the season. As Owens and Moss is they're their bell cows. As one has 396 on the ground, one has 389. Le'Veon Moss has 6 touchdowns. Owens has 3. And Marcel Reed also rushed the ball for 241 yards and 4 touchdowns. So Look, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen this Saturday. I mean, I have a good idea what's going to happen. I think LSU is going to have problems stopping the run against Texas A&M. I mean, we did last year. We had problems last year with the run game against them. But we've had all off season to look at tape at Marcel Reed. That was the last year. What was the excuse after the game? Oh, we weren't prepared for the running quarterback. When the starting quarterback got hurt, we weren't prepared for him. I mean, I don't know how you can't be prepared for somebody, because back then, if you look back at last year, Marcel Reed actually had played in games before that, so there was tape on him. But LSU was just unprepared that game, and hopefully they're a little more prepared this game. But I don't know, man. But the things, just the writings on the wall on how to beat LSU is run the football against LSU, and don't throw it as much. You got to throw it, but you don't have to throw it 45 times a game to beat LSU. You can run it 40 times and get you 200 yards, and you're going to win, because LSU's offense they just can't sustain drives. They can't execute, especially in the red zone. We saw it against South Carolina. We saw it against Ole Miss. We saw it against Vanderbilt. I mean, time and time again, they get down in the red zone and they just kick field goals. Because you know why? Because they can't run the football between the tackles, because they keep going in shotgun. But that's for another video. Don't get me started on that. I mean, I can't just wrap my head around all these college teams that run the ball on 3rd and 1 from the shotgun. 4th and 1 from the shotgun. It's just mind-boggling that a lot of these teams do this. But anyway, look, LSU's going to have to get really better on defense, in the run defense, if they want to beat Texas A&M. I mean, if you're looking at the Ole Miss game, looking at the South Carolina game, and the Vanderbilt game, the blueprint is there how to beat LSU. Don't throw the ball against them, because if you throw the ball, you saw what happened. When they played Florida, Lagway threw 5 interceptions. So because the secondary is very talented in LSU. The safeties and the cornerbacks are very, very talented. It's just up front in the down in the front four, the linebackers they're just not getting pressure on the quarterback. They're not filling the gaps. They're not stopping a run. And we saw it time and time again against Pavia, which is a good quarterback. But still, I mean, Harold Perkins. When's Harold Perkins going to make a play? He made a play against Clemson. And I think that's, okay. Expected a lot more out of him, but like I said, the defense. It ain't just Harold Perkins. It ain't just Harold Perkins. I don't want to single nobody out, because it wasn't just Harold Perkins, but he needs to play better. Other players need to play better on the defensive front, and I think it's gonna be a tall order against Texas A&M. But we'll see, man. It is at home. LSU plays better at home under Brian Kelly, if you look at the record. So I guess we have that going for us. But I don't know, man. We'll see, man. But is there some cause and concern for the LSU defense? I think there is, but hopefully, but what can help this out, man, is just the offense sustaining drives and getting touchdowns instead of field goals, and then put the defense behind the 8 ball where they have to make a play time and time again, and they get worn out. So it's a team effort. It's a team effort with LSU, as they haven't put a complete effort all year long, and this is going to be week number 8, whatever hell it is. So don't expect anything different in week 8 from what you saw week 7 and week 6. I think you're going to see more of the same. I think you're going to see a team that plays well at times, and then you're going to see a team that just doesn't execute. It is what it is, man. So have a good one. Go Tigers.